share, recipe share. Share a little recipe with Recipe Share. Recipe Share, Recipe Share. Share a little recipe with Recipe Share.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Recipe Share, a program on AADL TV, where we take a few minutes to talk about recipes in a featured category. Today's category is served on a stick. I'm Beth, and I'm joined by Katie and Elizabeth to tell us about the recipe. So Elizabeth, tell us what you made this time.
I will. This recipe, my mother-in-law made, and we were celebrating her birthday, and my husband and I had just gone for a long run. So I think this may have also made this even more delicious because I was starving. So I ate 50 of these skewers, but then I have recreated it and it is very good. And it is Hawaiian chicken skewers, and you do them on the grill. It's nothing, this is not, writing a new book or anything, but basically it's chicken, different colored bell peppers, red onion, and pineapple. You thread these onto wooden skewers, and then there's a glaze too. And I think what you're supposed to do is marinate the chicken in it prior to skewering it. But I just brushed it on at the end, and that was fine too. So whatever. But the glaze is some brown sugar, some very, very finely minced garlic and fresh ginger, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of olive oil, and some rice vinegar. And it is super good. So as I said, I brushed it on the grill, and that worked fine. It maybe could have been nice if I had marinated, but no problem. And yeah, it's just really good. The pineapple chunks are delicious. I love that the grilled pineapple is just such a great flavor to me. So this is super good served over rice. You can kind of take it off the skewer and serve it over rice, or you can just eat it on the stick, as I was doing heartily at my in-laws' house. And it's super good. Great summer dish. Great winter dish if you're willing to get out there and grill. I have not done this in the oven, but I'm sure you probably could. And it's a classic, super good. And actually, I was thinking of maybe trying it with other meat too. I think it would probably be good with pork or even some steak. But yeah, so Hawaiian chicken skewers is my served on a stick, and it's going to be on rotation as soon as it gets warm enough for me to go out and grill. So that's what I did.
Sounds really good. Sounds super summery. That's just it's time. I want to eat stuff like that. I love grilled pineapple too. So that sounds wonderful, especially with the soy sauce and ginger. That all sounds like a party. So thank you for sharing. That sounds good.
That's one of my favorite kind of marinades, that just that mixture with a little bit of sesame oil. And yeah, sounds super simple. Like most things when you serve them on a stick, it's
True.
Yeah. So cool. All right, Katie, what is your stick?
All right. My recipe is also very simple. This is for sun-dried tomato and goat cheese skewers. I was a little bit tickled by this recipe because it's by Brian Boitano, who's a figure skater, gold medalist. He won the gold medal when I was 7 years old. And so I was a little kid, a little obsessed with the Olympics back then. So he's got this little special place in my heart. So I was excited to see that he's got recipes. He actually had a cooking show on the Food Network for a minute. So I had no idea. I didn't know that he cooked it all. So it was kind of funny to me to see his name pop up, recognize right away. But you basically take goat cheese, and this recipe calls for an 8-ounce log of goat cheese that you then you divide it into 10 pieces. That ends up being kind of a massive amount of goat cheese. It's too much. The comments on this recipe said the same thing, but I was like, I'm going to try it just as written. and I love goat cheese. So it's like my favorite cheese. So I'm like, I don't care. I'll eat a giant ball of goat cheese, but it was too big the first time I made it. So got a picture of the original goat cheese skewers, but the second time I made these, I scaled it down a little bit. So they're just like marble sized kind of, and I was just eyeballing them and it worked great. It was better. So definitely we'll keep the smaller size for these. But once you've got your little goat cheese balls, then you take up some finely chopped pistachios, and you roll the goat cheese balls in the pistachios. And this said to do like half of the ball, but I just like rolled the whole ball covered in pistachios. And then you take sun-dried tomatoes that are packed in oil. So I found these in a jar, and you take them out and you want to drain the oil off of them. So just like patted them down with paper towel to get them nice and dry. And then you wrap your sun-dried tomatoes around a basil leaf. And then you stick that with your skewer. Your toothpick works fine too. And then you just stick it into your goat cheese ball, and that's it. So very, very simple, but so tasty. And they actually look really pretty too. So this is definitely something that I'll be making. I served them for Christmas this year. So it's just like that type of like really easy appetizer, crowd pleaser. So I'll be doing this in the future for sure.
Well, goat cheese, yeah, always
Right.
love goat cheese. And sun-dried tomato. So it's just, oh, and the basil. Yeah, it sounds delish.
Yeah, it sounds super good. I love the addition of the basil for just that like kick of like freshness in there.
Mm.
Sounds great. I want to eat them now.
And it sounds like a really, like you could make it somehow sort of holiday, Christmassy looking.
Right. It does look kind of Christmassy because you've got the red of the tomato and then the green with the basil. So it does have those colors. And I also wanted to mention that they're great the next day. So I had leftovers of these, and I was just like, oh, wow, they're still really, really good. So you could totally make them the day before if you were doing something you were like busy. So I like that about it too.
So did you hand shape the little goat cheese balls?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, well, Beth, I know you're so excited to tell us about your served on a stick recipe. What'd you choose?
Well, what I made was very similar to what Katie made, except I used cream cheese. So I have to go back though. I really wanted to make this stick thing something that the grandkids could have. So I settled on using pretzel stick, and pretzels aren't really like the small kind. Pretzels aren't my favorite snack that doesn't matter, but it didn't work. And I have these right here. I ended up getting cauliflower pretzels, which tasted pretty good. I don't know, and I was kind of looking for regular ones. I was afraid that they would be like not the right texture, and that might have contributed. Either way, I had to revert to an actual little toothpick stick, a decorative toothpick, and then the grandkiddos didn't get to have any, and they were sick, so it didn't matter. But so I took cream cheese and similarly rolled it in a ball, but I put some everything seasoning on it, everything bagel seasoning. So then I had little cream cheese balls, and then cherry tomato or grape tomato, a cucumber slice, or not a slice, a chunk, and then some salami that I fashioned kind of, so it was a tasty little snack. I do have a picture. It's pretty simple. But it was a nice little appetizer because we were having a kind of light meal. So that was a nice little thing. And then after, I remembered that I had just seen on, I think, Instagram, how you can cut the grape tomato on the diagonal and flip it around so it looks like a heart. So I have a picture of them on as the hearts, but I'd forgotten the first time. So anyway, I would love to try something else on a stick just to redeem myself again, but anyway, that's what I did.
No, I think that I mean, that's what that simplicity is like. That's what the point of is serving on a stick, right? It's like you grab it,
Yeah,
e- eat it, and that's it. You don't want it to
yeah,
be all complicated and fussy.
right.
That's the
Yeah,
gist.
I mean, it does, it just kind of elevates it to a, little fun little thing. I mean, and you don't normally eat a ball of cream cheese. Well, I
Well,
couldn't
speak
eat.
for yourself.
I know. Yeah, but um also I was gonna all these things I was gonna do, but I was toying with making adding feta cheese to the cream cheese and making it more of a Greek
Mhm,
style. But
mhm.
then at the last minute I was like, I'm just gonna do the everything. So anyway,
Well, I
um
think the everything seasoning on a cream cheese ball is genius.
thank you. Yeah.
So I think that's great.
All right.
Yeah, and I bet
I thought,
it looks cool
yeah.
too because everything seasoning is beautiful. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it sounds wonderful.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the deep part of my heart, I knew that cream cheese and everything seasoning was worth sharing. So I appreciate you giving me the kudos. Um, if we don't have any other comments, I want to say thank you for watching Recipe Share. Be sure to click the link below to look at the event page on aadl.org to find the recipes we talked about and share your own in the comments. Join us next time when we'll be talking about meatless mains. We look forward to see what you've been making, so thanks for sharing.
Recipe share, share a little